Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here. Today is the 22nd of November 2023. Usual quick favour, if I could ask you one please, and that's if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel. That'd be great, appreciated and a big help, so please do that if you would. Today we've got a little bit of progressive rock for you. Cyan and their Pictures from the Other Side. Now, of course, Cyan were formed all the way back in the early 80s by Rob Reed, who was then, just very young. And Rob, since Cyan and other stuff that he's been involved with, has been, he's quite a big name in prog rock circles these days, particularly with Magenta, which he formed after Cyan, because back then Cyan didn't last too long. And, Magenta were Rob's next project then. But back then, Pictures from the Other Side was Cyan's second album. I think it was 1994 when it originally came out. And here we are today, some 29 years later. And Rob's put together a sort of a, if you want, resurrected version of Cyan. And recorded, as the saying goes these days, a reimagined version of Pictures from the Other Side. With that new lineup consisting of himself, Dan Nelson from Magenta on bass, Peter Jones, Camel, Tiger Moth Tales, etc. on vocals, and also the excellent Luke Machin on guitar from like The Tangent and others. And sharing the load on vocals with Peter Jones is a lady by the name of, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Angarad Bryn, I think. And she's got really a terrific soprano voice, which complements the lower registered baritone-ish of Peter Jones very, very well indeed. Now, this reimagined version of Pictures from the Other Side has a couple of fewer songs from the original, and the 6 songs we've got here are running at a smidgen of just under an hour. I don't have the original version of the album for comparison purposes. But what we've got here on this reimagined version is all very well performed and presented sort of melodic leaning progressive rock, with one exception, and that's the 18 minutes worth of Nosferatu, which takes us into darkly brooding gothic territory and a proper prog rock epic. Broken Man starts it off. This is superb. 11 minutes, glorious progressive rock with at times a bit of a folksy feel to it, I think. Jones and Bryn trade off vocally, very, very lush, expansive keyboards, wonderfully expressive guitar, the solo in particular, very, very tasty stuff. The title track's another winner for me, that rolls along well and has a nice catchy element to it, and some nice saxophone breaks in there also from Peter Jones. Next couple, Solitary Angel and Follow the Flow, I can't really get on with these two too much. They come across to me as like slow, clunky ballad type songs, which to my ears don't offer too much, really. Just my opinion, of course, but not really for me. Tomorrow's Here Today is a bit better, a bit more up tempo, and then of course comes Nosferatu. You'll get no prizes for winning what Nosferatu's about, right? Some of the lyrics are a bit cringeworthy, but we concentrate on the music. Proper progressive prog epic, dark, brooding, bit creepy in parts, brings in everything a prog rock epic needs over these 18 minutes, and it moves between all those different styles and tempo very well to tell the tale. There's some sweeping guitar, variety of keys and synths blazing away, and especially a couple of synth bursts, which if you were listening to this not knowing who it was by, you'd swear it was a lost part off a Rick Wakeman solo album from the 1970s, like King Arthur or whatever. Marvelous. But so overall, to try and summarize it, this reimagined version of Pictures from the Other Side, yes, it's an enjoyable listen overall, but if in my opinion at least, it's let down by those middle 2 tracks, which again, just my opinion, drag along a little bit too slowly. But it's worth having for Broken Man and Nosferatu, just for those 2 tracks, I think. And to beef it up, the CD version, it comes in a nice package, which includes an accompanying DVD, which has the album in Dolby and DTS 5.1 formats, I'm not talking too well today, some promotional videos, and the Quet Room Session, which is Rob, Peter and Luke performing songs from Cyan's debut album for King and Country. So overall, it's good. I think it's worth having, even if those two songs do not work so well for me. But said the overall package with the accompanying DVD, excellent. Digital version and the CD versions available from the BandCamp page, which I'll put a link to in the description below. So do check it out, because if you like prog rock, you'll like it. But you might even like those two tracks. I don't, but you know, it's all about personal taste, isn't it? So that's Cyan and Pictures from the Other Side. In some Nawabum news, I've just learned that Saxon are putting a new album out early next year, so we'll have a look at that as well in a following video. But in the meantime, Cyan, Pictures from the Other Side, link in the description below to the band's BandCamp page, digital CD available and whatnot. So that's that. Please subscribe to the channel before you go, that'd be great. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.